Guys, all the cars that you see in these videos are for sale on my website, www.woodsandbarclay.com. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 in the video series on the 95 E300 Special Edition. So in this video, we're gonna do my initial inspection. I'm gonna get the car on the lift, completely go through everything, and I'm gonna make a list of all the things I want to change, replace, or repair. So let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, there's already a couple of parts that I've ordered for this car, and I have them in the trunk. We're gonna show them to you in a second. But first thing I noticed is that's, the original Bosch headlight glass, and there's a little rock chip. See right there. So I'm going to replace this with an original headlight glass, and same goes for this one over here. You can see, yeah, right there. See, we've got a nice crack right through that one. So can't have that. So let me show you the replacements. And by the way, guys, this is right after the road trip from Texas back to Atlanta. I haven't washed it, detailed it, haven't done anything. This is just the inspection video. But yeah, definitely replacing the two headlight glass. And let me go over here too. Well, I'll show you. I was able to track down. Now, these were quite expensive. I think I paid like $500 for these. Yeah, let me open this up and show you. Okay, there we go, guys. And again, these are real, genuine Bosch. This is not some aftermarket junk. These cost me a lot of money. But there we go. That is a new old stock, perfect condition headlight glass. So we got this one. And we have the, I think that's the driver's side. And here is the passenger side. Never been installed on a car, brand new. So the other piece that I've got is this genuine Mercedes. Here's the part number, 124-830-0754. And I actually went to RBM Atlanta of Mercedes, and they actually had this in stock. This is a genuine Mercedes. There we go. It is the front or the center vent. Now, you see on these vents, see how this tab moves back and forth so you can aim the vents? And let me show you why I bought that. If we go up here and look in the car, and again, guys, keep in mind, I haven't detailed or cleaned anything. I just got off a 12-hour road trip. But the inside of this car is absolutely beautiful. All the wood is incredible condition. But you notice right there, see how the vents are missing the little piece that you can turn them back and forth? That's common on 124s. You see that piece, it breaks off. So I got that original replacement part, and I'm going to pop out the center vent and put that in, so then we can adjust the vents. So you can do it if you manage to get your finger down there on that piece right there. That shows you where it's aiming. But the handle to move it is broken off. Up and down is there, but left and right is gone. So we're going to go ahead and change that. All right, another item that I've inspected and want to repair is, watch the seat here. So here's the seat control. We got forward, we got backward, we've got tilt forward, tilt back. We raise the back, lower the back. There we go. Right here, when I press this up and I try to raise the front of the seat, you can hear the motor turning, but the cable has popped loose. Listen. That's the motor spinning and the cable has popped out. So that's common. I see that on a lot of cars. We're going to remove the seat and reattach the motors, the cable to the assembly, and reinstall that back in the car. But look at these seats, guys. That's the original leather. Awesome condition. That's and just wait till we detail it. It's going to look even better. Okay, I have the car up on the lift, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the belly pans. But let's go ahead and do an initial inspection. And I just walked under the car to take a peek, and you guys are going to be blown away by how clean this car is. So good news, all of the original belly pans are still intact. And I went up here, it's only 58,000 miles. I can see These front ball joints, perfect condition. The boots aren't leaking. There's no grease up here. Also, this is a common thing to break on a 124. That is your sway bar mounting bracket. And you can see perfectly intact. The bushing is excellent condition. I see that the previous owner installed some new Bilstein struts up front, strut shocks, whatever you want to call them. Those are new. Let's go ahead and look at the other side. There we go. You can see this ball joint, excellent condition. There you go. Boot is not torn, cracked, not leaking. This is your tie rod, and you can see this tie rod. Look at that. That almost looks brand new. Look how clean the boot is here. And again, I see that's a new Bilstein front shock or strut. Excellent condition. And let's look at our sway bar bracket here. Yep, see, this one's correctly intact. They just bolt in right here and they come down fully intact, absolutely perfect. All the original factory markings. Here we're back on the driver's side. That tie rod, look at that. That almost looks new. Look how nice the boot is there. Again, the brake lines, excellent condition. Look how clean it is up in here. There's your boot on your ball joint. The bushings down here on the lower control arms, they look new. That is remarkable condition. Look at these, no cracking, no splitting. Excellent, outstanding condition. Let's look at these over here. Look at those. Great. I would say 10 out of 10. Look at that. Look back here, guys, at how clean. Let me go around and take a shot from the rear. There we go. Look how incredibly clean this vehicle is. That's probably the cleanest 124 you guys are ever going to see. The exhaust. Look how clean this is. No rusting. And this is what a 58,000 mile car looks like. And we're going to remove these belly pans and do an inspection under there in a minute. Let's go ahead and go back here. So that is fantastic. So the rear of these cars, I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 control arms. And you can see these bushings and control arms are, I would say that's perfect condition. See the bushings here? Nothing's rotted. Nothing's loose. It's still tight. Your boots, axle boots, look how clean they are. The rubber is still excellent condition. And even the zinc plating is still on the mounting brackets. Just looking at the flex disc here, perfect condition. No need to change the flex disc. Look how clean the differential is. There's not even a drop of oil from the front or the rear of the diff. Super clean. Wow, look at that. Those are your subframe mounting bushings. Look how clean this is. Sway bar end links are intact, excellent condition. Let's go look over here. Yep. Brake hoses, those may have been replaced. Those are excellent condition. Let me check this one. Yeah, these could have been replaced at some point. I don't know, that's too good a condition to be original. I don't know, it could be. Yep, sway bar end link. This is a fantastic condition back here. Look under the car. No rust, no nothing. Just beautiful, extremely low mileage 124. There's the original Mercedes-Benz sticker right there. Look at all the brake lines. So let's go ahead and drop these belly pans. And I want to go ahead, of course, and do a service on all the filters and fluids. But let's drop these belly pans and take a look under here. Okay, let's go ahead and remove this belly pan. And I think there's like 10 or so 8mm bolts. All right, guys, let's take a look under here. First thing I notice is look how clean the transmission pan is. Absolutely no oil leaks anywhere. I think this transmission mount has been replaced at some point. Yeah, that appears to be brand new. That's in excellent condition. The flex disc up here, excellent condition. All right, and while we're inspecting the transmission mount, which is good, you also, on 124s, always want to inspect the shifter linkage bushings. And there we go. See right there? See how that's flopping around? That's because that shifter linkage bushing has deteriorated and rotten out. So we're definitely going to change that. And you can also, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's see if I can get a picture here. There you go. See right there? There's just a piece of the bushing still remaining up there. Sorry, I know that's a bad shot. So we want to definitely go ahead and change the shifter bushings, which is a relatively simple job. Zinc plating is still on all the bolts. Look how clean all of this is. Look up in here. No drips from the power steering box. Wow. That is awesome. Let's check our center link. Oh yeah, it still feels good. There's our steering shock. I can see the motor mounts, excellent condition. They haven't collapsed, they're not torn. Let's go look up here. Yep, no leaking from the oil pan. Let's go up here. You can see there's the injection pump. Look how clean all that is up in there, guys. Fantastic condition. Yeah, it's super dry in here. It's just some dust and dirt, not a drop of oil anywhere. Absolutely beautiful condition. Here's your oil cooler. This goes in the side of the oil pan. There's the oil cooler lines. Look how clean it is up on the block. No oil anywhere, no leaks, no drips. That's probably the nicest E300 I've ever seen. Wow, look at the idler arm bushing. The exhaust, that's like perfect. Beautiful original condition. All right, guys, let's go around the edges of the car and just look at all the like the cladding, because this is, you know, the lower cladding is what's close to the road and can get the most rock chips and damage. And yeah, look how good this is. Yeah, no chips, nicks. Here's the part that can take the most abuse. You can see there's a little road debris up in here. But keep in mind, we haven't detailed it or washed it. Yeah, look how good that is. Let's go look at the other side here. Yep, just as nice. All the lower plastic cladding is excellent condition. Yeah, this is a top-notch 95 E300, you guys. Not a speck of rust anywhere. All the suspension is outstanding condition. All right, let's go ahead and pop off these wheels and inspect the brake. Okay, as far as the rotors go, there's no lip on the rotor, so these have been replaced at least once. And then I can see right there, those are brand new brake pads. Those are full thickness. And yeah, I can see they also replaced the brake pad wear sensors because that's a new sensor line, otherwise it'd be dirty. Also, I'm just looking up here, and everything up here is extremely clean. Not any dirt, debris, very clean. And keep in mind, we haven't even detailed this vehicle yet. So no rust, no rust up here in the wheel wells. Yeah, that looks very, very nice in there. So front brakes are good. Let's go ahead and inspect the rear. Okay, this rear rotor is good. There's no lip on the rotor. It doesn't need to be changed. And let's check out these rear brake pads. Yeah, those rear brake pads have at least 75% left on them, so we're good there. Somebody's already done the brakes on this car. Not sure if you can see the pad down there, but it's way more than half life left on the pad, so really no reason to change these rear pads either. Brakes are all good on this car. And just looking up here, we haven't cleaned or pressure washed. Keep in mind, Scott's going to detail the vehicle. This little dirt, but I can see all the original factory paint is right there. Looks fantastic. Shock bushings are great. Yeah, super clean. Absolutely no rust up here at all. Fantastic original condition. Okay guys, I'm just reviewing all the original documentation that came with the vehicle, and I see why those engine mounts looked so good right here. They changed the engine mounts, looks like about 6,000 miles ago. There's the right and left. And also a big job on these cars, and I'm so glad it's done, right here. Glow plug light stays on. They tested and replaced all the glow plugs. There we go, 6 glow plugs. So that's awesome. Glow plugs have already been done on this vehicle. And I'm just looking through. This is just oil and filter changes, differential fluid, brake fluid, washer fluid, coolant. I'm changing all the fluids anyway, guys. I'm just kind of getting familiar with the service here. Conditioned leather seats, complete detail. Looks like they replaced some interior trim. Console, instrument panel. Looks like they replaced a trim piece. Not sure what that piece was. Oil and filter. Did the check the AC. Let's see, this is at Chandler, Arizona. I guess this is back to the original owner, just more oil and filter. Yeah, rest of them looks just like regular service. Power steering, fluid, filter. They were doing the regular service on the vehicle. They checked the AC. Looks like they might have recharged the AC system. Yep, refrigerant, oil. Here we go. Yeah, so that's great, guys. Glow plugs and engine mounts have already been done. And the gentleman I purchased the car from said he replaced the front struts or front shocks, and I did confirm that. Those are new Bilsteins. So that's a bonus. I don't really need to do much on this car. Okay, guys, here's the final inspection I'm going to do. And as you can see, we haven't cleaned or detailed anything on this engine. This is exactly how the original car came. And first thing I notice is the diesel return line right here. You see this? Right there. See how that's wet, you guys? These are diesel return hoses that actually run along the top of the valve cover. And I can see they've been replaced at one point, but it's time to replace them again. See, that's wet. It's weeping diesel fluid. But the main thing we want to check, I've removed the inspection cover right back here. And we want to look at the wiring harness, because on these 95 E300s, they actually came with a biodegradable wiring harness. And sometimes they've been changed, but this is a 58,000 mile original car. I bet you it still has the original one. So if you look back here, all right, here's your main plug. And you guys can barely, let's see if we can get down there. Okay, guys, there we go. There's the tag, the date tag right there. I see 1995. That is the original harness. And that's the last, the 4032. That's the last few digits of the harness. I think it's 124-440-4032. That's the engine wiring harness that plugs in right there and routes up to all the glow plugs. Now, this harness is actually in good condition. It hasn't actually degraded. I was looking down here. You guys can't see this, but I was looking in here at some of the connections that go to the glow plugs, and the sheath is still intact. But that's an original harness. So in a future video, which I'm going to do a video series on all of this, we're going to remove the intake right here, pop off the valve cover. We're going to change the diesel return hoses, and we're also going to pull out that wiring harness. It runs right through there, comes along through here, and goes right up under the intake and plugs into all the glow plugs. And there is a wiring harness rebuilder out in California. He does a great job. I've used him before, and we're just going to order a new harness. Now that harness is $1,300, but it's going to be good for the next 30 years once we change it. Now, sometimes on these cars, it's also a good idea to change. You can see the yellow hose there. It's like a clear, transparent. And this hose right here, those are your fuel hoses. There's a couple of more, and it's a good idea to change those too. So when I do a wiring harness video and remove all this, you guys are going to see me inspecting all that and see what needs to be changed. But overall, this is just beautiful, original condition. I'm just taking a look around here. I mean, everything is exactly how it would have left the factory with Mercedes. It hasn't been tampered with. And just wait till we clean everything up. We're going to make this look absolutely beautiful in here, along with replacing any parts. Another part that I want to inspect is our tensioner right here. Now I can see this shock. Here's the shock that goes on the tensioner. Sometimes those are loose and worn out. This one probably doesn't have enough miles on it for that to happen. But there's our tensioner. So I actually have another tensioner over here. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, here's where I keep a lot of my 124 engine parts stash. And right here, we have another tensioner. And here is a brand new shock. Now you also see these little clips right here. And let me show you what those are. Okay, let's see if we can get in here. Okay, you guys can barely see it. Right behind here, see that little gray clip? Now it looks like someone has already changed these. But what those clips do, these are your diesel injector lines. They go down to the injection pump right down there. And you'll see all this in the video when I do this. But those little clips hold these lines in place and keep them from vibrating. And if you don't have all those clips in good condition, these can actually vibrate to a point where they crack, and you will need to replace your injector lines. So as part of the inspection and service on this vehicle, all that's going to get inspected. Like I said, it looks like they've already been changed on here, but again, we're going to go through and inspect all of that. All right, guys, that is the initial inspection video, and you can see there's not too much we want to do on this car. It's in excellent condition, especially all the suspension. As I showed you on the engine, we're going to do the wiring harness, the diesel return lines. I'm going to repair the motor on the driver's seat. We're going to place those center vents, and we're going to do these headlight bezels, and I need to inspect and check the antenna also. I might have left something out. But there's 6 or 7 items here. It's not too difficult once you've done this stuff before. But we're going to go ahead and knock all those out. So when this vehicle is done, it is a 58,000 mile turnkey solution and needs nothing else done to the vehicle. So I hope you enjoyed this inspection video. Stay tuned for part 3, 4, 5. Might be a 6-part video series on this car. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.